Hey guys, how's it going today? It's so beautiful out here on the Sunday afternoon. I'm here at my favorite little spot, right down by the river. It's so beautiful this time of year. I'll just kind of pan around and show you what it looks like. So peaceful and green. Beautiful. Earlier, some little wood ducks came through. A wood duck mama and some wood duck babies. It was really neat to see because they don't normally come into the town. They usually hang out in the middle of nowhere up in the hills away from people. So that was really neat to see. So I took a little video clip, I'll add it into this. But I wanted to start this series, and I'm gonna call it Spiritual Advice from Your Big Sister. And I thought this would be really fun to start it off this way with just some tips that I've learned over the years that have just really helped me out. And I wish that I would have had a big sister that had helped me with these lessons, but I learned them and I came through the other side with them. So I'm hoping that some of these videos will help, share a little light and perspective and help you get through whatever you're going through. So today's first video of the series is going to be about toxic friends. So if you clicked on this video, you probably have been in a toxic friendship, or maybe you're not quite sure if you are in one, but you're kind of curious to find out what is a toxic friendship. So that was something that I dealt with when I was in high school, about 17, 18, and kind of throughout my 20s, as I seemed to attract friendships that were toxic. And so when I talk about a toxic friendship, I mean, it's a relationship where the energy doesn't feel reciprocal, in the sense of, you might be the one that's always reaching out to them. You're always calling them, texting them, trying to start plans. You're always the one that's initiating and putting the energy forward, trying to keep that friendship alive, and just trying to spend time with that friend. And when you're the one that's doing all the work and the effort, over time you start to feel drained, and you start to feel, you start to kind of feel bad about yourself. You start feeling bad, well, why am I putting all this effort and stuff? How come they don't want to call or text me? And how come they don't want to make plans? Or you start feeling like you're not accepted in the friendship, and you just feel the energy is just really unbalanced, that you're doing all the giving, you're putting out all the energy, and you're not getting anything in return. And if you are, it's just very minimal. So yeah, if you have been struggling with something like this, then you definitely know what I'm talking about. And yes, I would consider that a toxic friendship. I mean, I don't think it's black and white. It's like there isn't a line that says, givers give all the time and takers take. And it's not just black and white like that. There's at times where we probably should give more than we are. And maybe we're taking a little bit too much from our friendships or family relationships, or love relationships. And that can happen. So it's always good to kind of step back and be like, is this, have I been giving as much as I should in my relationships? It's good to sit back and analyze it and think, how can I show up more for the people in my life that I really love and care about? So, I mean, that extends in all relationships, not just friendships. But back to the concept of toxic friendships. So, yeah, it was interesting because the other day I actually ran into one of my old friends, and it's just really interesting because I've changed and evolved so much, and that was one of the friendships that I considered a toxic friendship, where I just really liked this person and I wanted to spend time with her all the time, and I would call and text and try to plan events and do things, and it seemed like I would put this effort forward and she would never reach out to me. And so, at that time, I was young and I didn't quite understand. I was like, you know, what's going on? I thought we were friends and stuff, and they act so friendly to my face and say they want to do all these things, and then we go and do that and we end up having a great time, but they don't ever put the effort out. And that was kind of hard when that's the way it stayed for years. And looking back at that, my older self now, I would say, well, that's when you got to sit back and you got to give them an opportunity to step forward. Give them an opportunity to come and, to come and contact you, to reach out, to call, to text, to ask you to go to an event. And if they don't, then then you start to realize, well, maybe they aren't my people. And it's okay to be kind of upset about it and be sad, because it's natural that all of us are wanting to be accepted. Underneath it all, you're really looking for acceptance. And sometimes in those friendships that are like that, where you're giving so much of yourself, of your time and your energy, sometimes you won't get it in return. And I know that's kind of hard to hear, but then that's when you got to step back, and just really love yourself. Step back and be like, I know the kind of person that I am, and I know what I have to offer, and I know what I am looking for in friendships. And if those needs aren't being met, and when you step back and they're not coming forward and initiating, then maybe it's time to cut those ties, or at least put a distance between you two. And that was a hard lesson for me to learn, because I'm the kind of person that is really open-minded, and I see the best in people. And I see the beauty in people, that all of us are so unique and different, and we all have such good qualities. And there is bad, like in each of us. There are bad qualities or faults. I mean, I have them, we all have them. But you have to really, who you are inside, and you have to gauge if those people that are in your life, if they're at that same caliber of, do you guys have the same things in common? Are your life goals really the same? Are your morals the same? Is your energy level the same? Energy meaning, more of a spiritual aspect of, are you on the same spiritual level? And I know that could be kind of a hard one to gauge, but it might not. For some of you guys might know what I'm talking about, but it means spiritual evolution. Where are you on your spiritual journey? Are they just starting out, and you've been on it for quite some time, doing the self-love, the self-reflecting, the healing of, generational or childhood trauma? Have you been doing the work? And are these people at that same level too, where they're open and receptive and they're able to give that energy out? Because some people just aren't able, and it doesn't make them a bad person. It's just they're not your people. They're still hurt and they're still working on themselves. And it doesn't mean that if you let someone go that you guys can't wind up crossing paths again. It just means that you're opening up and giving yourself space to actually attract and let the people in that are ready to be in your life. And so I know that's easier said than done, for sure. And it's natural when we care about people, we want to hold on to them, or we wonder why, it's not working out, and maybe you had some really great times together. But it comes a matter of loving yourself first and protecting yourself. And if you're going out of your way for somebody and being a really great friend, that's awesome. And that's good on you, and that's good karma for you to be a good person. But those efforts shouldn't be wasted. I guess it's never a waste, but I mean, like, if you're constantly giving to something, a person, of any relationship, that was a big B, that you want to be able to put your energy into somewhere that it's reciprocated, where the people are just as excited to have you in their lives, to spend time with you, to connect, to communicate. And like I've said in other videos of mine, that rejection is redirection. So if things aren't happening out like you think that they should, you're feeling rejected or, neglected, not understood, and not being accepted, you're just feeling uncomfortable, like something isn't right, it's just not feeling right, then that's God's way of redirecting you. Rejection is redirection. Redirecting you, now I'm getting tongue-tied, redirecting you to the people you're supposed to spend time with, to those really healthy, balanced friendships. Because there are people out there, I guarantee you, there are people out there that do have the same things in common with you, that are excited to have you in their life and are interested to know who you are and want to learn more and want to spend time with you doing the things that you love too. You guys have that in common. Like, there are those people out there. So don't settle. And it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to grieve and to wonder why, or to even get angry. But, and then wonder. But don't ever think that, what's wrong with me? Because that's what I did when I was younger, is what's wrong with me that they don't want to spend time with me? Like, am I just not cool enough? Don't have, when you're young, it's all about like fancy clothes and cars and all this materialistic crap that means nothing, but it was like, oh, am I not cool because I'm not wearing the brand name clothes? Or, oh, do I not, have the cool boyfriend, or, have something really cool and fun and unique about myself? Well, all those thoughts, all those insecurities are fear. It's stemming from fear, and it's all lying to you. It's bullshit. It's like, you are good enough. You don't need the fancy cars. You don't need the brand name clothing, the cool boyfriend, or the really cool thing, that everybody's into. You don't need that. Like, every one of us are unique and beautiful. And when you do know, I promise, the unique part of you. And when you really hone in on that, and, you know, just capture that essence of what really makes you, and you bring that out without, giving a shit what anybody thinks. And, I'm not saying like be a bad person, be mean and bully people, or, not care and be considerate or compassionate about others. I just mean like your unique self, bringing that out without apologies, without caring what other people say. Half the time, if you're out there shining and somebody says something bad and you're not doing anything to harm anybody, you're not hurting anyone, and they want to bring you down, it's because they can't handle your shine. They can't handle the uniqueness and that you're being authentic. It's really them projecting onto you, saying, oh, they want to be authentic too, but they don't know how. So you're triggering them, and you are reminding them, truly is what it is, you're reminding them that they are a unique person too, and they need to rise above it, and that's for them to do. It has nothing to do with you. So remember that.